Alex, a slightly delayed video this week for various reasons, not being able to do a post-game interview on Saturday, but it will give us an opportunity just to go over a few other things from the month as well. So starting with Saturday, the 3-2 loss to Swindon. Give us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, really disappointed. I think when we looked at the fixtures and where we kind of were, Cardiff and Swindon in 2 weeks in a row were good opportunities for us, but they're only opportunities if you take them. And credit to Swindon, they said in the game, the goalie Ben played a great game. And once again, similar story to Cardiff the week before, we didn't put the puck in the net when we needed to. And yeah, a little bit of lack of discipline again, myself included. Meant that we had a bad result, but you're on the power play with 2 minutes to go, you should be winning that game. So frustrating is probably the word that I would use. And again, a game that we've taken the lead in. I think we've led in every single game this year, and yeah, it's a bit of a pill to swallow, but congrats to Ken and his team. They stuck in there and yeah, got the win in the end.
It certainly looked like they wanted the win. I think they came out hard hitting from the start. Bit of a mixed bag with the penalties and things that we saw through the game, and obviously for one reason or another resulted in an injury with Mark Pitts. Can you give the fans an update on Mark and how he is?
Yeah, first of all, I mean, if the referee was consistent and followed the rules, we probably would have avoided some of those penalties, including our misconduct at the end. I think what you tend to get is you could understand the game and the players and the teams that are playing. You know, we're getting boarding penalties and roughing penalties when we're hitting kids and they're falling over. There's nothing I can do when I'm, fully grown men hitting 17-year-olds. That said, when they are maybe either A, retaliating, or B, doing similar, but we're not falling over, then he's got to be consistent. And I think the frustrating for us is that he wasn't consistent. And yeah, the injury to Mark, whilst is unfortunate, it's avoidable. If the kid's got his stick on the ice, isn't using his stick up in the air with 2 hands on it, then it doesn't get speared in the face. And I don't know the rules on a 2+2, but even then the referee didn't see it and the puck was there. The video that we've seen, he looks away and skates off. And unfortunately for me, that's just not good enough. And losing someone like Mark in that kind of way was impactful. I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm not using the referee as an excuse. We should have won and we didn't. Swindon did. Better enough power plays, but it did impact us. I think losing your first line centre to that serious of an injury. I mean, obviously the first thoughts are massive concern and worry, and Mark's a warrior. He normally would just get up from anything. So when he wasn't getting up, yeah, it was a big concern. The update is that he's back home. I know that he's really valued everyone's messages and well wishes. He ended up having 18 stitches in and around his eye, either on the upper eyelid, bottom eyelid, 3 to his tear duct as well, which was, not a nice thing. And I remember being in A&E with him on Saturday, which was part of the reason we couldn't do this. And just looking at the eye and the eyelid, and he had parts of the eyelid missing, it wasn't nice. That said, the doctors initially at Winchester and then those that were at Southampton Eye Unit have done a tremendous job, and Mark's on the road to recovery now. How long that will be will depend on how quickly he can recover, and when you get injuries like that, they're difficult injuries. I remember when I did my jaw and my nose, you take longer than you think to get back to the player that you were. And it's a real shame. It's an unfortunate thing. It was avoidable. It's frustrating, and the fact that it was avoidable is probably more frustrating than anything.
So obviously everyone's wishing Mark well, and we hope to see him back soon. But moving away from Saturday's game, if we take a look back at October as a whole for the Devils, it's been a really mixed month. Obviously, we've had issues with the ice, Planet Ice having to start from fresh, relaying, 2 games postponed, no training during those weeks that they were shut. How's that affected the team?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say it affected anyone. We haven't trained for 3 weeks. I mean, the trouble that we had is that there was never really we're going to close for 3 weeks. It was we're going to close for a couple of days. So we never really looked to make alternate arrangements. It was, well, we're back open Thursday, and it wasn't. That's, gone now. It is what it is. We managed to get 1 session at Ozone over the 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks that the rink was closed, but I think I think results in the last month may have been different had we have got in that consistent rhythm of playing and training. But when you're asking guys to turn up after being off the ice for 3 weeks, it's difficult. We did some on-flight stuff, those that could. It's been a tough month and a frustrating month, but one where, you know, one shot the other way, and we're looking at being, you know, one defeat and seven wins. At the moment, we're now looking at 4 defeats and 3 wins, and it's a real strange feeling because, as I mentioned to you, we've been behind in games for about a total of 6 minutes this year, and yet we've somehow got 4 losses. So that's on us. You know, we can't look sorry and feel sorry for ourselves. We spent a lot of this time having some meetings and some chats with players, and we're in a difficult position. And sometimes that brings out the best in people, sometimes it brings out the worst, and sometimes people just give up and don't bother. So this next couple of weeks will show who's ready for this. We've been through adversity before. It's not nice that we haven't won at home. It's not nice that we've only played 2 games at home and we're heading into November. It's very strange, but it is what it is, and we are where we are, and the rink's back up and running now, and I'm just pleased that it is, and the ice is looking okay. It needs some work, and as long as they do that work and maintain it and keep working on it, then we should obviously have a fulfilled season now.
So looking forward to the future, November. It's actually a really light month again for the Devils. There's only 3 games, 1 of those at home.
Yeah.
Obviously, in the pipeline, in the distance, we're looking at those postponed games being rescheduled. But what does November look like?
Yeah, it looks quite sparse, doesn't it? So, difficult month, to be honest with you. You've got Streatham and Slough away, I think, and then we've got our, you know, remembrance-themed Jersey night against Cardiff at home. You know, that game's important, I think. You know, we've really got to, you know, look at that game, and that's got to be 3 points. I think Streatham and Slough away at the start of the year, they're just games that you go to, and if you get points, they're points that you weren't expecting to have at the start of the year. But realistically, given that we've lost to Swindon and Cardiff in the last couple of weeks, we need to keep pace, and we've only picked up 1 point in 4 weeks because we've either not played or we've lost games. So the challenge of not playing so many games is you don't keep up with everyone. I think the years that we've been most successful, we've got out in front, we've led, and we've then been able to maintain a regular winning rhythm, and that really helps. And we've had a chance at that this year, but we just haven't quite materialised. So Sunday at Streatham is a great opportunity for us to, you know, play some good hockey against a very good team. The Remembrance themed Jersey night is going to be a real special night for us, especially given the close connection to the armed forces here on the South Coast. We're really looking forward to auctioning off those jerseys and putting those profits towards, you know, a notable charity. And Slough away is an important game for us too. We've had some good results there in the past. They're a really good team, so yeah, I think we need more than 3 points over November, and anything less than 3 points is not great, and 3 points over a month doesn't sound great. So on the night available, we really need to be picking up 6, I think, at least, and that means we've got to go to either Streatham, Slough, pick up points, and prove to Cardiff that, give them a performance that we really should.
Alex, thanks for your time.
No problem, thank you very much.